Junior 1 Conversation, Unit 4. Is this coat yours? Vocabulary. Dry. Not wet. Disaster. A very bad event. Problem. Something that causes difficulty. All right, now we talk about problems. We know that everyone likes math, so do you like math problems? Of course you do. So let's look at what other people think about math. What about math word problems? Some people don't understand them. Some people look at math word problems and they read the words and it sounds like this. If you have 4 pencils and I have 7 apples, how many pancakes will fit on the roof? Bacon, because aliens don't wear hats. That makes no sense at all. It just sounds ridiculous. But some people look at math problems and that's what they see. Nonsense. All right, here's another math problem for you. Think of a number, double it, add 6, half it, take away the number you started with. The answer is 3. Nice little trick. Okay, the rule of math, if it seems easy, you are doing it wrong. The way it was for me. Find x. Here it is. Yeah, right there, the circle with the arrow. X is right there. Math. The only place where people buy 60 watermelons and no one wonders why. All right, so we're going to take some time. We did this in class. I'll just go through it again because it's fun. Look at some real riddles. Okay, what is at the end of a rainbow? A W. What starts with the letter T, is filled with T, and ends with T? In T. A teapot. The first letter is T, the last letter is T, and what do we put in a teapot? We fill it with tea. Actually, water that becomes tea, but same idea. A cowboy rides into town on Friday, stays for 3 days, then leaves on Friday. How did he do it? The horse's name is Friday. Yes. Beth's mother has 3 daughters. One is called Laura, one is called Sarah. What is the name of the third daughter? Beth. I am an odd number. Take away one letter and I become even. What number am I? 7. All right. What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? Short. I have 28 days in a month. Which month am I? Well, all of them. All months have 28 days. Scientists are trying to figure out what is between Earth and heaven. Can you find me? Earth and heaven. And all right, what is a word that is spelled incorrectly in all dictionaries? Incorrectly. Four children and their pet dog were walking under a small umbrella, but none of them became wet. How? It's not raining. That will come one time in a minute, and two times in a moment, but will never come in 1,000 years. Tell, who am I? The letter M. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the main point of lesson 4. We get started with here we go with word power. So on this is on page 22. We looked at clothes for work, clothes for free time. We went through those clothes. We knew most of what the clothes were. There were just a few that we were not sure about. One is blouse, which would be like a nice shirt that a woman would wear. Another one, some we're not so sure about, was pajamas. Pajamas, sometimes we say PJs. These are simply just the clothes that we sleep in. Another one was suit. A businessman will often wear a suit with pants and a nice jacket and a tie, 西装. But other than that, I think we had a pretty good idea about the clothes. Speaking, in this section, they decided to give us a bunch of colors. And I know that I know we know most of our colors already. There was one color that you know what color it is, but knowing how to say the word, um, if you don't know how to say it, you don't know how to say it. And that word is beige. That is in the rectangle section. There's a circle and a rectangle, and it's in the very center of that rectangle part. And the word is beige. Okay, then we had a conversation, and this conversation was about two people. They were washing their clothes, right? And one person put their blue jeans in with all the other clothes, and all their clothes became blue. And it was a disaster, and it was a big problem, and the white blouse became blue. And yeah, that was really it. Grammar, we're going to look at possessives. All right, so when over here we got personal pronouns, right? So we that was very early in this book. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. In the middle we have the adjectives my, your, his, her. But now we're moving on to what we call possessive pronouns. This is mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, and theirs. And so the next slide is actually the sentences that I used in class to explain them. So it'll be a quick review of that. All right. Now, the one thing to say about possessives, this is one of those times where Chinese grammar and English grammar are like literally the same. Where's my? I need a pen. All right. So the first sentence we used over here was this is my pen. This pen is mine, right? This is my pen. This pen is mine. Just your water be, take piece your water. So that's basic. It's the same. All right. So what we just have to be careful about is um, adding s to some and not adding s to others. You know, if it ends in s, like this is his book, this book is his, you don't add another s. Is this your guitar? This guitar is yours. Those are her glasses. Those glasses are hers. This is our classroom. This classroom is ours. That is their classroom. That classroom is theirs. It's very simple. So that we didn't really have any difficulty with this in class. Just a reminder of what it is. And we had exercises on page 24. And here are the answers for that. So if you didn't get it written down during class, and this was it. We had some other practice as well, but we didn't spend much time on this because this was very easy for us to understand and actually use. Then we have more word power because we cannot have enough power in words. All right, so with this section, we're going to look at seasons and words that are important for those seasons. So this one is spring, and important words for spring are warm, sunny, and rainy. All right, now this is summer. So you can imagine important words for summer, pretty easy to guess. Sunny, rainy, hot, and humid. The book does not include rainy. We include that. We include that in the class because in Taiwan, a lot of times it rains during summer. Fall, cool, windy, cloudy. And in Taiwan, hot. All right, here this is winter, cold, snowy, cloudy. Again, these are the words that the book wants us to know. There are many other words, Christmas and Christmas tree, lights, and Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, uh, Thanksgiving. So there are many other things that we could include, but the book wants us to focus on another conversation because we can't talk enough. All right, so this conversation was between two people who went out for the evening. One was dressed for cold weather, the other one was not, and the weather was cold. So one person is very cold, the other one is not. And that was really it. But what this did is it allowed us to introduce present continuous tense, which is the next section. Present continuous statements. All right, this is grammar. All right, so when we look at this, it's basically subject, be verb, followed by verb with the ing. And we use this a lot of times to describe actions that are happening at the very moment that we are in. All right, so also if there's a negative, if it's negative, we add the word not. And when we ask a question, we just switch the the, uh, the subject with the be verb. And we have some practice for this. Maybe not. Anyway, then we moved on to questions, focusing on the question part, which we just kind of looked at. Um, this wasn't very difficult for us in class. And this is really the end of the review for the grammar sections. We did have other practices in class, but I didn't want to like bore you with a 70-page presentation. But anyway, this is the end.